Have you ever felt so hopeless and down? Not the kind where you become motivated and move on after a few minutes, but the kind where you feel like you can't even get out of bed and you start telling yourself, I feel like a loser. Man, why is nothing working out in my life? And why does it feel like everyone else is happy and everything's working for them, but I can't even seem to get out of bed? If that's you, then make sure you watch this video till the end, because I'm going to share with you 3 things that I applied that was really effective to help me overcome the depression and therefore find my real purpose and become way more successful. And if you apply the same points, then you can start overcoming that depression as soon as possible. I mean, like, if I could do it, honestly, anyone else can do it as well. This is the best thing that ever happened to me. So the first point, and this was actually one of the biggest things that helped me overcome that depression, was using a free tool called DIP Lite or Desteni I Process Lite. So basically what DIP Lite is, it's like a free course where it shows you like the manual on how the human mind actually works, where your feelings come from, where your emotions come from. Because if you understand where those things are coming from and why you're even feeling depressed, anger, or whatever it is that you're feeling, then it's much more easier to actually change it, right? But most of us get stuck in that depression phase because we don't even know why we're feeling depressed or where that feeling even is coming from. So going through DIP, they have a system called the buddy system, where you have access to someone who's been walking this process, who's gone through the depression, whatever that you're feeling, and through simple assignments you can actually, and communicating through your buddy, you can actually learn more about yourself. And there's writing exercises where it makes writing so simple, because I hated writing. I was like, the last thing I thought was like I'll be doing is writing, but going through that DIP system, it actually makes writing very simple and like very fun. So if you want to actually check it out, I'll put a link down in the description to the DIP Lite course. I'm not associated, I'm not affiliated or anything. It's just a tool that worked for me, and I've shared it with hundreds and thousands of people, and it also works with all of them, right? So make sure to check it out and sign up for free and start going through that process, because that's the first big point that's gonna help you start overcoming that depression. The second point, and one of the most important points that I've been using even till this day that helps me out, is this analogy that pretty much think of it as your emotions are like seasons. Basically what I mean by that is, imagine like your emotion of depression, think of it as like winter, right? Some people really hate winter and some people love it, but think of winter as like that season that is like cold, and you know, you can't just walk outside, you have to put on so much clothes. But think of summer as like you could just walk out there, you could go to the pool, it's like so much more bright, fun, right? So think of the emotion depression like the season winter, and the emotion that you're looking for like joy, hope, and all that stuff is like summer. And if you think of your emotions as seasons, you know that summer is coming. It's not always gonna be winter, right? And when you look at it that way, it's like, look at your past. There's been points where you also felt depressed and thought that, oh, I can't not get over this depression. But then probably a couple days after, a couple weeks after, something happens where that was like the best day or best week in your life. So that depression that you're going through now, it's always not gonna be there. It's going to change, because feelings and emotions are just like seasons. They always change. Also, if you're, so far feel like that any of these points that I've shared is actually helpful and something you can apply, starting today, it's starting right now, right after the video, then make sure to leave like the video, right? And leave a comment of like your genuine feedback of what you think of the video so far, because that way it helps me make better content for you guys, because the only reason I'm even making these videos is for you to actually take a hold of your life, and do the things you need to do to actually start making more money, have better relationships, and start getting the things out of life that you want. Plus, it helps other people see that you're also watching this and getting something from it, and it'll motivate other people to also take action. Because wouldn't you want like to see other people's comments of what their results have been using this stuff? And because that'll motivate you to also apply it. So that way it's like not only you're helping me out, but you're helping you out and the community of the people who are also watching, so that everyone can also start growing at the same time, right? So that we could all become the best versions of ourselves. And this last point, and this is probably the biggest like life changer for me, was to actually reaching out to more people. Now, by reaching out to other people, I don't mean just reach out to random people and talk to them, but I mean actually reaching out to those who have been where you are right now, and they are somewhere you want to be. They are like someone who has been through that phase, and because of it have created better results, right? And so for me, I surrounded myself with people who actually have been where I was, and they had something I wanted. So I started getting in touch with them, right? That's why in the comments or in the description, I even put a link where you could book a free call with me and reach out to me. Because if you're like, I don't know anyone to reach out to, like, you have me. That's why I'm making these videos, because I've been where you are, or else I wouldn't be making this video. So feel free to like reach out, book a call, reach out to Facebook, wherever you want to reach out, and let's connect. Because you know, these videos, they can only help so much, but if we actually connect one-on-one and I get to know who's the person behind the screen watching, like, we could actually take things much deeper and find the best solution for you to start overcoming, you know, your depression or whatever it is that you're going through. And that way, as a result of it, start getting the results that you want out of life, right? And that point of actually reaching out to people was very big point, because let's say if I felt depressed, if I felt stress, anxiety, like any of those things, I knew exactly who to reach out to, and I knew that they wouldn't judge me because they've also been where I am. And so because of that, they would actually give real, genuine support of like what they did when they were in that state of depression and so forth. And they were like, here's what I did, Mahyar, just do those things and here's the result. And so therefore I would just do those things, and virtually within hours or sometimes days, I would actually overcome that feeling and start like feeling great again, and actually start moving myself and start creating more in my life. Also, one bonus thing, it's like, look at your depression as something that gives you the ability to grow from it. And what I mean is, look at it, you're watching this video right now, and if you weren't feeling what you were feeling, probably you wouldn't watch this video so far. So if you've actually watched so far and actually like any parts of this video resonate with you, like, feel free to subscribe, because I'm only gonna make more content that you could take something from, because I've been at that same position as well. But also feel free to like reach out to me. Again, the links are in the description. I don't know how long I'll keep them because more people are reaching out, but reach out and I'll find the time to connect with you, because the most important to me is supporting more people and actually seeing their life just change. And if you want to know more about me, my background, where I come from and all that stuff, and how applying these tools and these points that I share within this video have helped me to overcome my depression, and as a result of it make over $10,000 in one day by age 22, then make sure to check out this video right here, where I go more into my background and what I've been able to create in my life as a result of it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.